Right, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan, the channel that shares all of your Thai girlfriend stories. And today we have the long game. So without further delay, let's jump in to today's Thailand story. Hi Dan. Over the last year, I have become a great fan of your channel and admire your character as a man and as a dad to William. I saw lots of red flags in my recent relationship, but I tried to ignore them because I was infatuated. For the purpose of this yarn, I'd like you to call me Jack and my girlfriend can be Ploy. I'm a 69-year-old retired Aussie in not too bad shape, single after a divorce 15 years ago. I'd been going to Thailand on and off for about 30 years, and when I was divorced, I did a few business trips to do the business.
Sexy time. Yeah.
Now, last year, I escaped the Aussie winter to Thailand and had a trip planned. Bangkok, Hua Hin, Koh Samui, and back. I'd been single for too long and needed a reboot into bedroom aerobics, so I prepped on a Thai dating site and lined up a date for the first night. Ploy is a 43-year-old good-looking widow. Working as an accountant with some of her own assets, land, farm in Isan, and a house in Bangkok, which her late husband had helped pay for. The date went well, and with a bit of liquor, over dinner, and some persistence, we did the deed. The next day, I'm settling into my pool villa in Hua Hin, and she calls. Basically, why you say goodbye? Why can I not join you? So the next day, she arrives in her big 4-wheel drive and we have a lovely few days. Then I move on for the rest of my holiday. I return to Bangkok and she moves straight into my room for the last 3 days of my holiday. So after a few days back home, I decided to give it another crack and go back to see Ploy. We spend a month together in Chiang Mai, where she conveniently forgot to return my 5,000 baht hire car deposit, which the rental company put straight into her account. Kanchanaburi, Pattaya and Bangkok, with Ploy needing to spend a few days every other week in the office. The aerobics were fantastic. Stories come out about the cost of supporting her father, who is incapacitated in hospital, and her mother's incessant demands for something or other on the farm. I hear about the need for Ploy to have ovarian cysts removed and how her sister got fired from a finance job because she was getting too old, 38 years old. Now, as the end of the month approaches, I decided to invite Ploy to Australia for my son's wedding. She has never asked me for money, but I gave her 7,000 baht to cover the visa app and share of agent fees. I also offered her 20,000 baht to offset her regular Bangkok expenses while she was in Australia. Meanwhile, the Thai drama continues and her brother has a motorcycle accident and cannot work.
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Now, Ploy has a car bingle and has to pay the driver in front. The 4-wheel drive blows a CV joint. Her house has subsided and needs to be restumped. The roof has leaked and needs repair. And finally, Mum drops her scooter on her foot and needs help. Yet, Ploy never directly asks for money and I don't send any. So months drag by and she calls me every night, but the visa is nowhere to be seen. Finally, she says the agent told her to pick up her passport from the Thai embassy, sounding like it's all go. So I ask her to send me the details and I get no response. Ploy had told me she even got sued by her dad's ex-girlfriend to offset the ex-girlfriend costs of supporting dad. The early December 2024 wedding date looms, red flags waving, and I ring her to say, okay, I guess you are not coming. She says, I promise I will come for Christmas and stay for a month for your birthday. So I eagerly await the flight details and no, it's not happening. Christmas, January, February slide by, when I then insist on seeing the visa details and offer to help out with another letter of support. Then a week rolls by and Ploy says her visa application was denied. So I tell her to send me the email, but a week later she sends a screenshot of a letter supposedly from the Australian embassy dated mid-February 2025, saying her tourist visa subclass 600 was denied as they deem she doesn't have sufficient reason to return to Thailand. There were spelling mistakes in the supposed letter from the Australian embassy and no embassy logo. Now her birthday was also coming up, so I sent her 3,000 baht for a microwave. She had said very sweetly that her old one stopped working and she had no way to reheat her food. And she just spent 6,000 baht a month for osteoporosis supplements. So I did some snooping on Instagram and Facebook and found a post from our 2024 trip to Pattaya. She is swimming in our hotel's top floor infinity pool and her selfie comment is something like, finally, I have my own time. And I wasn't featured anywhere. Now at the start of April, I asked for a copy of all the emails between Ploy and the visa agent and the embassy. She deletes the screenshot letter from our chat. Eyes roll, radio silence. I ask again in a text and nothing. I adored Ploy and she is a huge support to her family. I think she wanted me to be the walking ATM and I was, but only for dinners where she invited her siblings and cousins for the road trips when the gang came along for a free meal. I just think she was not good at asking for the quick money she really wanted and was willing to wait, playing the long game. Finally, I send a really kind text saying, well, I guess we really don't have a future together, and I received no response at all. Now, I really do hope that some fellas get something out of this yarn and remember the 3-day rule and to watch out for the more subtle long game. Regards, Jack. Right, Jack, thanks very much for sharing your email with everybody and telling your story about what happened to you. For my take on it, this woman gave you all her problems. She never directly asked you for money, but she's shown you that she needed money and you wasn't willing to offer. This would have really lowered her estimations of you as a provider and a possible future husband if you're not willing to help her out properly with the situations that's going on with her family when she's telling you about it all. Then yeah, she will have in her head that she needs to move on and find another guy. And that's more than likely why she didn't come to Australia, because what's the point? I'm going to go over there, get a little bit of money, which I can make anyway in my job, and probably get nothing out of the experience. Now, I know that's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's just the way that it is for a lot of these women. If they've got serious financial issues that they have told you about and you're not willing to help them out properly with them, then what's the future going to be like? How is she going to get a better life out of you? So there is no point going to Australia. Now, if you would have helped her out with some of those problems and shown that you was willing to support her financially and her family, then more than likely she would have took the trip to Australia and tried to make it a great time and tried to get you to commit about the future. So more than likely she's moved on and she was either speaking to somebody else or she is now speaking to somebody else. But for me, that's just the way that it is. But other guys might think different. So I suggest that this subscriber reads the comments down below and listens to what other people have to say about his situation. Now, if you've got your own Thailand story and you want to share it on the channel, then please send an email to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com and I will happily share it with everyone and hopefully someone can get something from your story. Right, apart from that, guys, I'm going to sit here, relax. The reservoir, the lake that I normally make videos at, it's drying up. So we really need a big rain season this year. So this reservoir behind me can keep providing water to all the local people. Otherwise, it's going to become a big issue. I have never, ever seen the local reservoir this dry, and it's extremely humid now in Thailand. Everybody is literally dripping. I've had to come out very early this morning in order to make this video because otherwise it is too difficult to come out and make a video without literally pouring sweat. Right, guys, I'm going to relax, drink my coffee, stay here for a little bit and then drive back home. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves and be careful and try to understand how things operate here in Thailand. If you want to start dating these women, if they are telling you all their financial stories and you are not offering to help out in any way, then more than likely they are going to pass on you because they will feel like this guy is not committed enough, doesn't love me enough in order to support me. That's just the way things work here. So don't take it to heart, guys. It is what it is. Ciao for now. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.